And welcome to another match of Roulette Raceway 3. This time it's between Scruffy and Yannini, and it's not just a ordinary Roulette Raceway 3 match, but it is the first of just two Winners Bracket Round 4 matches, also known as the Winners Bracket Semi-Finals. Also known as the Round of 6, the winner will be guaranteed top 3 and is just one match away from the final. The loser will have a bit longer of a route to go if they want to qualify back for the final. Scruffy, the RR12 champion, RR13 and World Championship 23 runner-up, also the highest rated player in this field, no doubt the favorite of this tournament, playing against Yannini, the Roulette Raceway 1 champion. So certainly the most hype of the matchups so far, and it starts in the almost the least hype of the matches of the short map pool. It is Ambrose Island, but hey, at least it's not Dartmoor. We've been pretty successful dodging the Dartmoor so far, so unless it happens today as a map pick, we might have another match without it, but we will begin in just 10 seconds. The winner's final and the loser's final are first to 8, but this match is still first to 6. Should be, no doubt, a very close one, and it starts here in Ambrose Island with Noel Crest, Loud Assault Rifle as Cook, and Aka Pistol as a Pirate, so a very straightforward spin to start with. If not, the one Loud kill is somewhat interesting, but it can't be awfully off-meta with these firearm kills to start with. Can I get some extra sound on these players? I think I can, and just let me know when it gets too loud here. So unsurprising, Central Social's hub start, Scruffy already luring both the Cook and the Pirate to the same bullet distraction. That's very clever there. With Noel already made sick, it's a very efficient start, 35 seconds in, and already both disguises somewhat secured, though they are not the most difficult disguises, still impressive. Yanni as the Cook is a little bit closer to the Noel kill, but these are very tiny differences, and we will have to see in a minute and more how this difference will materialize. Loud AR kill, always slightly bit more difficult than the regular ones. And the way Yanni will do this is a second Dematic. Get one of the militia soldiers away, and the other one should be lured in here, but the first throw was seen by the other Cook. So needed to lure once more as Scruffy begins the knockout procedure here. The first one is not seen. Hopefully the second one won't see the first one as it is being lured. Oh, Yanni gets an unconscious witness as it was a bullet distraction. I think the guard heard both the gun go off and the impact on the window. So sadly Yanni will have to restart, giving the lead now to Scruffy, who's now a minute 55 in with Noel isolated, just not killed. And I think I understand what's happening here because of the Loud kill. Aka may panic, and that's what Scruffy wants to avoid, so the whole Aka isolation will happen first. Nice throw there with the Durian. And the current meta is to place a gun for the personal Pirate. Not sure if he will place it here, and he will place it in here. I'm not sure if there was some reloads there or nothing, but I don't think Scruffy needs any more darts at this point. He has everything for the Noel kill and is getting ready for the Aka kill. He did not mix up the disguises. He has both the pistol and well, the Loud AR when he needs it down there. There's the KO, and the Kruger shot should not be heard by anyone. No one forces around, so that's one kill down for Scruffy. The other one will soon Sumbi attempted at least, but I mean, with all NPCs down, that's not the biggest challenge of Ambrose Island. Yan is the first one to get the Nor kill, just of course Akka is not isolated yet, and I think that was a Cook, well, any enforcer, it doesn't matter really. Spots Yanni and ends his run again. Scruffy considering and actually tranking the Cook there. It's nice to see that you can get the trank off without wall hacks or any shot seen by the Cook. And that's both targets down, and Scruffy's getting an exit disguise. I'm not sure which one has more or fewer enforcers. I wanna say the Militia Soldier has quite a few. And now it's a little bit of a game of chance. I don't think Scruffy is in big trouble, but he could always have these guards shuffling away in searching, just searching in the bushes, but just a couple more seconds the Scruffy needs to survive, and looks like he's out and winning Ambrose Island. GG, that's 2-0 for Scruffy. We weren't too sure what's the admin and caster situation is going to be. Currently it is Kaneta, thankfully, or thanks to him for hopping in last minute, although for some reason he didn't really seem to get a login to the admin page, so hopefully that's gonna work out. I mean, the spin is removed, so Kaneta's site is probably working now. And wow, it is actually, I thought I didn't get the messages in time, but Scruffy of course went to Paris and started to plan, and Yanni put his next map pick in as Paris only after Scruffy loaded in. So Scruffy successfully predicted the first big map, which I don't know if it's gonna be more confident after this one. Surely it's Scruffy. It's not a game mode you can really practice maps for, unless you want to practice all maps or you want to practice your own map picks. You can't really practice for your opponent map picks. But yeah, Scruffy says he predicted Hokkaido versus Nezuko. That was map number 3 of yesterday's match, and now he predicted Yanni's first map choice. Of course, we don't really know if there's gonna be a second map choice, or really how these future maps will pan out, but it's a good start by Scruffy. I'm not sure what others could we pick or predict. I think about it for a moment as I'll switch up or change up the text at the bottom. There's Paris, chosen by Yannini. And as it says that he didn't add the hashtag before the number on the spin overlay. It says up next map 2 and not up next map number 2, which is a terrible mistake to make. I don't know how the players will work with it. There was some nice snipes there from Yanni for Victor as the pistol shot, and shooting chandelier for below. It's also a viable approach. So I knew the first spin because I set it up before Kaneta arrived, but I don't know the second spin. Could be of course something very quick, under 2 minutes, or could be something more difficult. The Paris spin is here, and it is Viktor Novikov, Silence SMG in the suit, and Dahlia Margol is Cleaver, Vampire Magician, no target specification. That's probably the longest combination of running between Dahlia, the Cleaver, and the Vampire Magician, and you can't really skip any of the chips because it's no target KO. At least it's gonna be a quick Victor kill, which maybe shown by Scruffy. Yep, that will be a pistol distraction, and then the SMG kill in that corner. Just beautiful execution there. Already behind Victor, and no one really seeing in this corner for now. And the tech crew could see it or will see it eventually, but not long enough, not quick enough that Scruffy didn't hide Victor. Impressive first kill there. Yanni will be 20 or so seconds behind with the Matic strategy. I guess one advantage for Yanni is that he can get an untouched pass in disguise earlier, but now Scruffy is getting the tech crew, so not a big difference there. I'm guessing you go down first and then up. Down for the cleaver, up for Dahlia. Also important to get the fireworks remote, and Scruffy is getting, I think that's a Trank. It's probably not a Seeker, right? Wonder what's more important at this point. You don't need Tranks either, but I guess we'll figure out what Scruffy will be up to. Yanni also, of course, has Victor kill and is actually kind of at the same time as Scruffy in terms of getting the cleaver. Scruffy wants to take it safe with the cleaver grab, luring the chef, and then shimmying that corner. So now both of them have the cleaver. I think Yanni wants to get the remote, maybe. No, he will not. It will be a fully upstairs kill in the Voltaire suit at this point. Unless I did miss it, and Yanni also got the fireworks remote before entering the kitchen downstairs. Oh yeah, of course there's the many coverings exist in Paris now, and one of the lesser used ones is you cover him up to the floor and you go all the way to the balcony, and that's what Quoty and Kaneta mentioned almost at the same time. I just need a few seconds to understand it or comprehend it even. It's just so new at this point. It might really come down to the cover aims. But to be honest, I didn't see if Scruffy... No, he has the fireworks emote, so surely he used the balcony, so surely he will use the balcony rather. But Yanni is not too far away from Dahlia either. It's gonna cost Yanni some time, but he's gonna go for it anyway. It was maybe a little bit risky, but eventually no head turns ruin this one. And yeah, Scruffy with a crucial head turn, or recover aim. He's up there already, and he's gonna go all the way around to get the no target specification cleaver kill. Oh, close one. Yanni gets Sophus, but meets Dahlia very quickly, and it's not heard by the worst guard in the trilogy. Yanni just needs an exit disguise. It's so close, but it doesn't seem like he's quick enough. He needs that guard to move. It's gonna be like a couple more seconds. Scruffy is closer to finishing now. The Voltaire guard is just not playing game. Now he gets an just passing one, but it's gonna be a Scruffy lead and a Scruffy win. It may be a photo finish window, but he is ahead by at least 20 seconds at this point. Scruffy had some menuing troubles, I think. Best done, went back to pause during the animation. It's gonna be fine. It doesn't change much here, and yeah, Yanni is within photo finish range, but not in photo finish victory territory, especially with his loading times. we see the official difference between the two players, but I think it's gonna be like 18, 19, 20 seconds. And Scruffy's next prediction is Sapienza. I mean, Scruffy knows by the fact that Kaneta still didn't post the results or change the scores that this might be a photo finish and he might be ahead, so reasonable to think about the next map already. Or maybe Sapienza is Scruffy's choice, although there are so many maps to choose from. Yes, we'll see, and it is 26 seconds for Scruffy. Yes, Sparkle said we are starting with the final map in the trilogy and then we do some integer overflow or something like that, and we go back to Paris and then Sapi, maybe Marrakesh after. But yeah, this is gonna be weighed by Yanni. And we'll find out the next map by Yanni soon enough. The score is certain. It is 4-0. And it is not Sapienza, surprising Scruffy there, but Chongqing. Nice that we have these experienced players, so there's no need to wait extra minutes for them to find out who gets to pick the next map, and then they think about the next map and they type out the next map. It's all very quickly made there. We are going to go to Chongqing. Season 3 to Season 1 to Season 3. Not chronologically Season 3, because Ambrose Island takes place between Littleton and the Isle of Scale, but for all intents and purposes it is more alike to the other Season 3 maps due to the items, the locations, the difficulty. Season 1 maps definitely have their own flavor, and then the huge Season 2 maps. And I guess mostly huge Season 2 maps. But New York and Littleton have their own spice to it as well. Minute and 18 to go, and we were in Paris, which is not defined by one cover aim, but one or two can make it significant, and Chongqing is definitely a map where cover aims can make or break your run. Scruffy just showcased one from the block down to the arcade, and we will not showcase the other one from the scrap sword, I guess, to the data core. I mean, it's not needed for this spin either, or not needed for whatever Scruffy is practicing, because he just shot the drones so early that Imogen went to this other way. Still 20 seconds to go, which can leave Scruffy enough time to showcase this strat. Those NPCs won't be found because the only one coming down here is the Lady Cook. Maybe it will play a part in this Chongqing spin. Ooh, that looks spicy. Hush, Scissors, Facility Engineer, no target specification. Imogen, SMG, Suit, no target specification. This is such an insane spin. Hush, Scissors, Facility Engineer. But for starters, you can't start Analyst, so you can't get the Facility Engineer so quickly. I guess really the best case scenario is to just ignore Hush completely. But it's such a risky thing to do, right? Because you get back up to Hush at the 4 or 5 minute mark, then you will have to wait another 2 minutes for him to get out of the chair. Maybe you bring a pneumatic. Not for this spin. I think it's definitely Imogen first though. Yanni missed one cycle of the drone and gets it on the second cycle, but the guard upstairs sees it, so we are starting with a Scruffy lead. And he's not committing to Imogen fully. Starts with Hush instead. And I guess that is the kind of timing that helps him on this spin. Don't think he has a scissors yet. And the only one that's convenient to get is in the apartment. We might see Scruffy go that way. Turn right? No. Yeah. He changed his mind. Yeah, he's going for the scissors now. Yeah, second map in a row where cover aims are making the difference so far. Yeah, it's a good question by Kaneta. Do you just kill Imogen first anyway? I guess there would be some waiting involved. And then you do get to Hush a bit later. And Virtual Dream is also right. I think I didn't make note of that, but as you said, the suit is now where the facility engineer was, and that body was found fairly quickly. Oh, and Scruff is losing the briefcase. It's luckily not a... Luckily the firearm wasn't in there. I don't know if Scruffy can get this. He needs to go the other way around. And there's Yanni's approach, starting with Imogen, and then as tier 3 you go all the way down. I don't know what timing you will have for Hush. Oh, and Scruff is not getting this peekaboo from Hush. I guess at the 2.5 minute mark. You can't even really get the peekaboos. So that will be a bit of a setback, but I think now he's in position where he can KO Mogwai and then KO and kill Hush. No silent attacks just yet. Plenty of chunks. Oh, that was scarily at the same time, both the chunk and the kill with the scissors, but no problems there, and Scruffy gets the Hush kill. Yanni with the Imogen kill down already. And this is something that will be found on Yanni's side fairly quickly, but manages to grab the facility engineer. It is sort of close, but I think the way Scruffy is managing to get these cover aims and making his way all the way around the map, another flick with a single shot. Yeah, it's an entirely new way around the map. Just nothing like the nothing like the previous years of Roulette, which is something to get used to.
There's no way you're getting to that door 47. It only...
He doesn't have a tier 3 key card.
Authentic security clearance. The signal is encrypted. Without a dongle, we can't hack it.
Trying another single shot. It's not like he... Okay, he now gets it. I think you need to... You need to clear the windows. I think that's Alicia Reed, that engineer who can roam around there. Yeah, Machete also. We are thinking the same thing. I don't know if this run will survive another 30 seconds.
Hey there, Mr. Bodyguard.
Yeah, that's from Alicia. Huge lead for Yanni, and I did miss his way of thinking. Hush is in the infamous... it's not a therapy chair, but I guess the test chamber chair. Ooh, but Yanni might get spotted, and he does! That's a very rare spot to get spotted in. So we are kind of back to even, but... I mean, Scruffy's... Scruffy's making the map a lot smaller than it is with his cover aims. He was missing this tier 3 dongle. Gets compromised by the other side, okay. Whew. Such a wild 7.5 minutes, and they are back to even on this third map of the winners semi-finals. It's a long spin to play still. And yeah, one of the possible improvements that Scruffy can make is buffering his disguise, which he does now. He will never have to go back down to the facility engineer for the second time. I think Scruffy is kinda stuck, and he's fully stuck. That's about a 45-second restart. I guess it's better and it's at the beginning, rather than if it was the second try at 5 minutes.
I lost him! Can anyone see him? Negative. Lost him too.
And Scruffy compromised. That's a lot of restarts now in quick succession though. Although I cannot blame either him or Yanni for being a bit flustered about this spin. It's definitely at least a 9 out of 10 in terms of difficulty and length. There are just so many Chongqing spins which are you start block, you kill Hush, you shoot drone, you kill Imogen and exit, but this is anything but.
There's no way you're getting through that door.
And I think Yanni's stuck. Yanni is completely stuck in the facility. Didn't pick up the tier 3 dongle or tier 2 dongle to get down one floor. He doesn't have a tier 1 either, so just, I don't know, at this point become the board member and get the mission story through. And Scruffy showcasing that these materials are the same as in Santa Fortuna's mansion. Floor hacks and ceiling hacks alike. But I don't think there will be any huge panics there, and Scruffy gets outside as the facility engineer without the scissors, but he will be working on that now.
You can hack that panel with your camera, 47.
Yeah, Yanni on the Tour de France. Trying to get to the facility engineer's room and floor, but now he's made it. Unfortunately, the facility guard is also here, but with banana in hand, that's perfectly fine. I didn't know that this was his plan, but I guess it makes sense. So The guard is taken care of forever. Now he gets the facility engineer. And he could go back down here, but doesn't really need to. Needs to shoot more cameras, and Scruffy got compromised. Yanni did not in this run. That would have been a even more costly one, because this one is at now 3 minutes and 15. No Imogen kill yet. Yanni's previous run started with killing her. That could, of course, I wasn't gonna say could of course change quickly, because Imogen is not up here. I feel like Yanni's second attempt is making the run a bit longer. I like the initial one, Imogen quickly enough, and then you deal with Hush after, but of course Yanni didn't really have anything to do with Hush at the 4, 5, 6 minute mark. And Scruffy is not getting this peekaboo. I did hear some sort of a whoosh. I thought he was onto something, but this is just not happening so late. That was Mogwai again. And that's the other guard. Everyone can be peekabooed except Hush, so I guess we just have to chalk it up to the fact that you cannot do the peekaboo after 2.5 minutes. I don't think many possess this information, but now Scruffy does, and maybe we do as well. Thanks PG, I did miss that. So there was a peekaboo, but the researcher was also peekabooed. There's the kill on Hush with scissors, and of course bodies aren't instantly found at the cameras, so there was a little bit of a buffer for Scruffy to take care of the bodies or the camera. Chose the camera, obviously. Hey Reaper. Reaper's gonna play in the second match of today, which I think it's another 5.5 hours until it starts. Scruffy gets the drop. Not first or second try, so this one wasn't a big time save, but it was a little. A little time saves do add up. Yanni with the metics now. Subdue on test subject. And gonna be the kill on Hush, and then go for Imogen, but seems that they have made similar things. And what are the block guards doing down here? I don't know. Which of the single, double or triple shots moved them so down on the map? I've never seen this one before. It's considering something, but I mean, you just have to get rid of them, right? Yanni with the target lockdown, I think... Oh, I think she's at the part of her cycle when she saw the facility engineer tranked, but rather the facility guard banana first. When I did mention it like at the minute mark, but it only lured the guards, the resets. So I'm very much confused, but maybe Scruffy knows. Maybe Scruffy will tell us after this spin and after this win, because there's, I mean, not a lot to do now. Target lockdown, but Imogen did not scream, and that's everyone down. And Scruffy is out, and he's seconds away from being out of the map as well. Bearing the weirdest bodies being found, which I don't think it happened. Scruffy gets outside, and Scruffy gets the 5-star SA rating in Chongqing as well, and wins the map and the match with a 6-0 sweep. 30-second photo finish window turning 45 because more than 10 minutes have passed since the beginning of the spin, but I don't see Yanni finishing within this mark, so I can already change the scores and add the scores and move on to the brackets. There's the updated brackets of the winners bracket. Scruffy 6 shows Yannini and advances to the winners bracket final, guarantees himself a top 3 position, and will be facing either Luke, who's in round 4, or Quatility, who's in round 3, or either Reaper or Parapluie, who are in round 2. So 4 names are in contention in the lower half of the upper bracket, and one of them will face Scruffy in the first to 8 winners bracket final. And in terms of the losers bracket, which I can't scroll down to, I apologize, but Yanni is in losers bracket round 5, and potential opponents include Moo, Gorg, Deadly Muffin, Rommel of the Far East, Crazy for Daisy, or the loser of Quatility's match. Lots of opponents and lots of changes there, and you can see that there are 2 matches scheduled and 2 matches that can be scheduled, frankly. I don't think anything else can be scheduled at the moment. We will have the Reaper 47 versus Parapluie at 10 PM tonight, so yes, 5.5 hours is still correct. And tomorrow at 21 CEST is Rommel versus Crazy for Daisy for a loose bracket round 1 match, kicking things off on that part of the bracket as well. But that should be the end of this match. Thank you, Kaneta, for adminning this one. And see you guys next time.